Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please subscribe, like the video as well if you enjoy. It's free and it really helps. So Mr. Beast released a video yesterday.
And this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy.
1,000 blind people see for the first time. In this video, he gets people who have partial blindness and gives them, in his words, a simple procedure.
They can't see, but we have all the technology to fix it.
Yep, half of all the blindness in the world is people who need a 10-minute surgery.
Crazy.
The surgery is that simple.
That basically vacuums a blurry lens that's been created in their eye and built up, vacuums it and restores their vision.
If you're wondering how the surgery allows people to see again, it's because the lens in their eye got so cloudy that they can't see through it. So the surgeon uses a tiny vacuum to suck up the clouded lens.
Whoa, it's sucking.
And replace it with an artificial one.
An incredible and life-changing procedure that Mr. Beast paid for 1,000 different people to get. This is the content we've come to expect now from Mr. Beast, where he helps people who need it. I think the video was fine. I wasn't like immensely entertained by it. If I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not a huge Mr. Beast fan in terms of watching his content. You know, seeing how grateful people in the video are.
They can see again.
It's hard for it not to warm your heart. However, this video proved to be very controversial, especially on Twitter. If you look at the YouTube video, it only has 27,000 dislikes, boasts over 4.6 million likes. The comments all in favor of Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast healing the blind now. Goated YouTuber hands down. Huge props to you, Jimmy. I think it's safe to say Mr. Beast is probably the best content creator on the platform right now. Good for him for doing all that he does. I absolutely love this. You are incredible, Mr. Beast. This is amazing. You're changing the world and lives of so many people. Cleaning a beach, planting 20 million trees, curing people's blindness. You are such an amazing person, Jimmy. Hats off to you. However, on Twitter, a lot of people have been calling out Mr. Beast for this video and in general how he goes about creating content. I have a ton of different opinions here to go through and talk about today because I think it's an extremely interesting topic. And after this video, please comment below what you guys think. So to get into it, on Twitter, I was noticing a lot of negative tweets towards Mr. Beast. The problem is not Mr. Beast using his money to help people. This is objectively good. The problem is Mr. Beast being a big fan of capitalism, which is a system that led to these blind people to not having universal healthcare, so they wouldn't have needed his help in the first place. He is literally the Antichrist. He's performing our society's equivalent of miracles through these excessive acts of faux generosity and is garnering everyone's undivided love and admiration in doing so. He will start subverting Christ's teachings next and preaching selfish action. Calling Mr. Beast the Antichrist? Bit fucking much. I appreciate and think Mr. Beast has done a good thing in his last video, but does it not feel horrifying that our system is so fucked up that a guy looking to make content is the only reason these people get life-altering surgery? He's not altruistic, he wants to grow his channel. Showing a picture of this tweet that says, every heartwarming human interest story in America is like, he raised $20,000 to keep 200 orphans from being crushed in the orphan crushing machine, and then never asked why an orphan crushing machine exists or why you would need to pay to prevent it from being used. In regards to that last tweet and not the picture, I understand like the rose-tinted glasses when it comes to Mr. Beast. Though people say he does everything for other people and it's never for himself or any self-gain. People fail to realize he is also growing a business that also promotes a lot of his new and other very, very profitable enterprises such as Feastables or Mr. Beast Burger that, you know, garner him an absolute fortune. And also these videos help him to grow his YouTube channel through subscribers. And it's not even a secret because since the start of YouTube, Mr. Beast has always said he wanted to be the top YouTuber ever, wanted the fame. He would do crazy mundane videos just to gain attention, such as counting to 100,000 or saying Logan Paul's name 100,000 times. I'm not diminishing what he's done, but you can't deny that he also massively benefits from the content and YouTube videos that he makes. My take after watching the Mr. Beast restores 1,000 people's eyesight video is maybe we could get the US government to nationalize healthcare if Joe Biden gets to post poor people's reactions to his YouTube channel when they get their burst appendix removed. This tweet made me fucking laugh. It's true, the US healthcare system shouldn't have to rely on someone like Mr. Beast to cure people with impartial blindness or provide them with basic healthcare. And especially in this case, since the procedure is so simple. So just the thought and the idea of the US government and Joe Biden launching a Mr. Beast style YouTube channel and making that kind of content just so they could nationalize healthcare is extremely funny to me. But one of the main sources on Twitter for a lot of this Mr. Beast hate is a tweet that went extremely viral amassed over 75,000 likes, so clearly people agree. There is something so demonic about this, and I can't even articulate what it is. I mean, demonic is a very fucking strong word to call Mr. Beast for helping people see again, but the replies were just as brutal. Right at the start of it, they say something about how 50% of blindness is curable. Then to see them just dancing around like it's a talk show charity segment infused with the vibe of modern content tailored to our destroyed attention spans feels viscerally wrong. It's gross because the real issue here is that the procedure is so simple, but for some reason unaffordable. So yes, he's doing a good thing on one hand, but people shouldn't need to beg to a multi-millionaire philanthropist for access to the healthcare that they need. I mean, I can get behind that for sure, and I'm sure a lot of you, I have a big American audience, mainly American audience, can as well. You know, Mr. Beast giving people access to basic healthcare shouldn't be amazing content because it should just be the norm and not require Mr. Beast to intervene. Something along the lines of this. I don't think people were really criticizing him directly or what he was doing. I saw it more as a reflection on the absurd situation. We live in a society where rich people, if only they want, can give thousands of people life-changing operations, and it's all played as a show. Yeah, it definitely is absurd, especially someone who lives in England where we have the NHS. I don't have to worry about paying for healthcare if I get injured, about how much it's going to cost me or anything like that. I think in this day and age, really, that people who need basic healthcare or, you know, being able to see could get the simple procedure that they need to and not go the rest of their lives without seeing just because they can't afford it. There's a reason why there isn't a Cockney Mr. Beast running around England, dishing out healthcare to people and making viral content out of it. He just makes people dance on camera for basic human needs so he can make millions. It's weird. I think what Lolo means here is that this isn't how healthcare should function. As content for a rich creator where you must frustrate yourself for his digital audience in order to get treatment that should have been free to get in the first place. So we're at a point where we're giving life-changing surgeries for clout and not to help people. If Mr. Beast was actually a philanthropist, he'd do this without a need for clout and in a way that would actually make a dent in his fortune. And someone else replied defending, saying, how do you think he funds his stuff? He funds his stuff by making videos and getting sponsorship deals on his videos. There definitely was people also sticking up for Mr. Beast. One thread that went nearly as viral as the negative thread said, listen, I get the criticism of why does a rich guy need to do this instead of the state just providing for the unfortunate themselves. That's fine. But Christ, if I was one of the blind people, I wouldn't give a shit if it was for ad revenue. It's still a net positive. Like, people are treating Mr. Beast like he was the one who set up the system that made it so hard to cure blindness and then exploited it. Yeah, that would be evil, but he didn't. He's just responding to a system someone else set up. How's that his fault? I understand that sentiment as well. Mr. Beast isn't the reason why the US healthcare system is the way that it is. And ultimately, for that to change, it is up to the elite, the rich and powerful. However, maybe a solution or something that could appease people a bit more. Mr. Beast did these types of videos, but was also critical of why he needed to do these videos in the first place. If he was more critical of the systems in place that make this kind of content so viral and such a spectacle, maybe people wouldn't get as angry at him then. Here are people defending Mr. Beast on that tweet earlier where they labeled him as demonic. A rich YouTuber with loads more money than he would ever need actually gives back in all his videos and people still find a way to complain. How can you use the word demonic over the fact that someone just changed 1,000 people's lives and their families? Yes, he's making content out of it, but if I was blind and someone says, hey, do you want to participate in this show and get your vision back for free? Who wouldn't? What are you guys watching thinking right now? I think reading this, I initially came into this whole controversy thinking, oh, come on, people are just complaining to complain. And there definitely is an element of that with some of these tweets. However, people who are criticizing, the US healthcare system and the fact that this shouldn't even be content or a viral, spectacle in the first place was something I found myself agreeing with. Don't agree with Mr. Beast being demonic or a bad person. At the end of the day, on YouTube, he is still helping more people than anyone else. There's plenty of very, very well-off influencers who aren't doing anything like this and are doing the opposite. I only just recently came off a drama of Logan Paul scamming his fans. Someone with wealth close to Mr. Beast who's taken advantage of his audience for his own gain, directly financially impacting his audience. But I'm sure the comment section below will be a huge debate. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Lots of new content coming. Been making loads of content recently. Really enjoying it. And yeah, thank you for watching. And until next time, fuck off.